Hey, this is Chaplain Karen Moore, here to bring you a meditation on forgiveness. There was a story on how much we should forgive another person for their wrongs, for a debt that they owed. So they gave this example. There once was a king in a kingdom who said, all right, I need to collect the taxes. I need to collect on all the loans that I have graciously given out to all of my subordinates. And it's time that we reconcile those so that we can make improvements in the kingdom. So one of the first, and one of them that owed quite a bit, almost 20 years worth of wages. 20 years worth of wages, a ton of money. I would start with this guy too if I were king. And so he comes in and he calls this guy forward. And this guy comes in and says, King, I would love to pay you, but I can't. You see, this happened and that happened, and well, to sum it up, King, I just don't have the money. Well, the king said, well, you don't have the money, then you got to go into jail, into the dungeon, until you can pay it back. Well, there's no way that this guy can pay it back. And reality hit. Please, he begged for mercy. Please, 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 O king, free me from this incredible debt. I will never be able to pay you back 20 years worth of money I really honestly owe you, but I can't do that while in jail. Please, I'll just give me the opportunity. I will go in and pay it all off. Now the king, coming around with compassion, actually said, you know what? I'm feeling pretty generous today. Your debt is completely erased. It never existed. What? You're telling me that everything that I owe is wiped, completely gone, as if it never existed in the first place? Yes, that is what I'm telling you. Now go, enjoy your family, enjoy life. Now, that was pretty big of the king, but the story doesn't end there. Now, you would think that this guy would be over the moon because he owed a lot of money. And he would go and spend time with his family and saying all of the things, wife, children. Do you not see how incredible and gracious our king is? We should really go and maybe we should write him a thank you card, or let's go out and bake him a cake, or just showing our appreciation. I don't know what people used to do in kingdoms, but that seems like a fair thing to do. If I was broken, I wanted to show appreciation to a debt that was completely wiped away. But that's not what this guy did. Instead of even going home and celebrating with his family, he knocked on the door of his neighbor who owed him 1 day's worth of money. One. He beat down that door and he said, you, buddy, you owe me my money. I need it back right now. And the man looked at him and said, hey, my accounts are just off right now. Can you please give me some time? Give me a grace period so that I can come in and pay that debt. I got you. I know I owe you the money, but just give me a little bit of time. I just don't have it here with me. And instead of being gracious to this buddy, his pal, who owed 1 day's worth of money, he called the cops and said, this guy owes me 1 day's worth of money and he's not paying it back. Throw him into jail. He needs to work that off, and he doesn't deserve to have his family. He doesn't deserve to have these nice things because he doesn't owe that money. He owes money, and that's it. Our friendship, everything is ruined until he does that. The cops got him and hauled him off because he owed that money. And he had to sit there and work out that 1 day worth of money that he had owed this man, the man that was forgiven a massive amount of debt. Now, the neighborhood, they saw what went down, and they reported everything that happened since the guy beat down the door to the king. You think the king was happy? Ooh, no, 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 no. That king who showed immense amount of grace was ticked off. How dare this guy take this grace, this opportunity, and instead of being overjoyed with it, what did he do? He goes in and accuses somebody. He could have easily forgiven the debt. What debt does he owe me now? But instead, he tortures and holds somebody else accountable. Call that guy back in. So the guards go in and capture this man who had owed the 20 years worth of money. And he sat there and said, you now owe me everything, and you will live in the dungeon because you could not forgive the debt of somebody else that I graciously gave you. And at the end of this parable, regarding over forgiveness, Jesus says, this is how your heavenly Father will treat you unless you forgive your brothers and sisters from your heart. When we hold back forgiveness, whether it's a little bit or a lot, we owe a great debt. How much are you harboring? How much hatred? How much emotion bound that is just eating your soul, causing all of the stress, causing your body to do terrible things to itself because of the stress and the anger, and it's destroying everything. You have been forgiven, dear friend. A massive debt, because the king was able to free and wipe away your debt completely. How dare you hold somebody else who offended you hostage when you were given such grace? And in the end, because we can't offer up forgiveness, we end up being tortured for the remainder of our lives. That's no way to live. Honor the grace that has been bestowed to you. You have been given a huge amount of freedom. You've been given a new life, a new opportunity, a second chance. Don't throw it away. Release people who have offended you. Forgiveness is so important. I hope that this parable that was given in Matthew chapter 18 helps you to see the significance of being able to let go and to forgive. This is Chaplain Karen Moore with a meditation of the unmerciful servant on forgiveness. Care more about you. May God continue to release your burden and your debt so that you can forgive others. Have a blessed day.